how to approach your content platform as a learning system and how to therefore engage with your audience much more powerfully. Systems thinking for creators and critical learning systems. Hey, friends, I want to share something a bit different but super relevant to all of us navigating the digital world, building communities, building brands and audiences. So, as many of you know, I've been deep into my master's in systems thinking. And I've been exploring a concept called critical learning systems. Now, it sounds academic, right? But stay with me because it actually applies directly to how we grow, adapt, and create meaning in messy, complex environments like social media, brand reputation, audience dynamics, and even elections. So here's the big idea. We live in a world full of complex systems, from the algorithms on social platforms to the emotions behind public opinion. Now, these systems are messy and they are fast moving and they're full of uncertainty. These systems, gosh, they're a lot to have to manage as a creator and entrepreneur. Now, traditional ways of thinking, like trying to break problems down into neat little parts or relying purely on data, just don't cut it anymore. So that's where critical learning systems comes in. So let me break it down. Here's Critical Learning Systems 101 for creators and change makers. So instead of just teaching, we need to shift to learning together in real time through projects and real world messiness. We need to move from reductionist thinking, where we are trying to isolate and solve single problems, to holistic thinking, where we look at how different parts of a system connect and influence each other and evolve. So these systems are built on differences, different perspectives, different knowledge bases, different values, and the tensions between those differences are actually what make transformation possible. So think about your online audience. You've got followers with wildly different experiences, beliefs, and emotional needs. If you try to force a single truth or solution, you will likely hit resistance. But if you create space for shared learning, where your content invites reflection, not just instruction, you're building a learning system. So here's a quick story from the world of agriculture that I've been studying. So Borden, Bawden, is one of the thinkers that I've been studying. And Borden shares a story of a school of agriculture in Australia. Why did I say it like that? Australia. They were tired of being seen as irrelevant. So they reinvented themselves from just teaching farming to supporting rural development, from classroom lectures to community based learning projects, from science only solutions to inclusive, ethical systems thinking. They realize that if you want to deal with big challenges like environmental breakdown, misinformation, or loss of trust, you need much more than facts. You need to learn how to learn as a community. You need space for inspiration, experience, and reflection to meet. So, why this matters to us, especially in the social media age? In today's digital culture, especially around elections and public discourse, we're seeing a really clear problem. People reject facts if those facts conflict with their emotional needs or identities. Algorithms reinforce biases, and speed amplifies misinformation. So there's no shared truth anymore, and that is scary. But systems thinking tells us this isn't just about ignorance, it's about world views. But systems thinking tells us there is much, much more to the picture than we immediately see. People act on their mental models, the stories they believe about how the world works. These are deeply emotional and often invisible and very hard to shift, but they can shift. And as creators, we absolutely have a role to play. So, if we want to build trust, shift culture, and have real impact, we have to engage with the whole person, not just their logic. That means designing content and communities that make space for different experiences and truth, encourage reflection, not just reaction, and inspire curiosity and growth, not just consumption. That last bit. So, my final thought: if you are creator, entrepreneur, educator, or all three, I invite you to see your platform not just as a business, but as a learning system, one that can evolve with your audience, one that invites transformation, and one that helps us to learn our way forward together. I hope you've appreciated this slightly different approach to a video tutorial on my channel, Serena's Playbook, where I bring my 20 plus years of media and comms experience. I'm a chartered public relations practitioner. As you now learn from this video, I'm studying systems thinking part-time while I have a 9 to 5, juggle lots and lots. And it has really, it's absolutely honestly blown my mind in such a good way, in ways that I can apply to life, professional life, and personal life. So, if you would like more of these reflections, more guidance, more learning together, then please do subscribe. Look out for my frequent shorts, my regular weekly tutorials, and I will see you in the next video.